After the Battle of Unnumbered Tears, the hidden kingdom of Gondolin was the last remaining stronghold in defiance of Morgoth. The city was hidden in the valley of Tumladen and was protected by 7 gates. Passing up the hidden dry river and through the darkness of the caverns beneath the Echoriath, a traveler would come to the first gate. There a carved wooden portcullis barred the way out of the caves, guarding a pillared arch of stone that led out into the Orfalch Echor, the narrow ravine that ran through the mountains to Gondolin. Half a league after the first gate stood the second, the Gate of Stone. This was held within a great stone wall that blocked the Orfalch, with a tower on either side. The third gate stood not far along the ravine after the second, and was held within a wall, mounted with 3 towers, plated with copper. The gate itself was plated with bronze, and hung with figured shields. At the end of a long upward climb from the third gate stood the fourth, the Gate of Rithen Iron. It was guarded by a wall set with 4 towers, in the center of which stood a great iron statue of Thorondor, the Lord of Eagles. The Gate of Silver was of a circular form, made of silver and pearl to resemble the moon, and set in a wall of white marble. On the marble wall stood 5 marble globes, and on the central globe stood a silver representation of Telperion, the white tree of Valinor. The last of the ancient gates of Gondolin, the 6th gate was dedicated to the golden tree Laurelin, of which a sculpture of gold and precious stones stood upon a pyramid above the wall of the gate. That wall was made of yellow marble, surmounted by 6 globes of red gold, and the gate itself was set with many golden discs, each representing the sun. After the disaster of the Battle of Unnumbered Tears, in which almost all elven forces were defeated, the 7th gate was built at the point where the ravine led out into the plains of Gondolin. Constructed by Meglin the traitor, the Gate of Steel was made from 7 pillars of steel, crossed by 7 bars and crested by the royal helm of Turgon. It stood between 2 tall towers that held a host of riders under the command of Ecthelion of the Fountain. But in the end, the 7 gates could not protect the hidden city. Once Morgoth knew where it lay, he chose to cross the mountains surrounding the city rather than attempt to enter through the gates. In his ancient stronghold of Angband, he prepared his armies of Balrogs, orcs, wolves and worm dragons to besiege Gondolin.